Hello everyone, welcome to this week's tutorial. This week, by popular demand, we're going to be making some black and pink quartz faux stone. This was based on a custom order I did back in the fall, and a lot of you guys have been asking for me to show you how I did it, so here we are. So here's everything we're going to need for today. We'll need some Sculpey Premo black clay. We'll need some Sculpey Premo translucent. Then I have 3 alcohol inks here. I have hot pink, gold, and white. I have my tissue blade, my acrylic roller. I'll be using some disposable gloves later, as well as my Atlas 150 clay roller. I think that's everything, so let's get started. So I'm gonna start with my black, just because we don't need to actually do anything to this beyond just chopping it up. So we're gonna just chop this one up. I find the colored clays like this are already pretty conditioned, so you don't need to condition them prior. But if you're finding it's kind of crumbly, then I definitely would go ahead and run it through your clay roller a few times just to make sure it's nice and soft. Okay, so I'm kind of just dicing it up to different sizes here. The more variation we have, the more it's going to look like faux stone. Okay, so once you have that, we're just gonna go in with our white alcohol ink and coat this, and then set it aside to go get my other white alcohol ink, because that one I could not get the lid off of. Okay, and if you've been following me for a while, you know it's just blue because I put the wrong lid on it. It's still white. So I'm just gonna coat this. And what this does is it just adds some white veining between these black pieces. That's just going to make sure that the black doesn't just turn into one big black blob, since there isn't any variation to it besides this. So I'm gonna set that aside to dry, and then we will get to work on these ones. So for these two, we're going to do one that's going to be a soft pink, and the other one that's going to be an off-white quartz. So I'm just going to split them in half this way so that they are nice and thin, so that they will go through my clay roller nice and easily. There we go. And let's start. I'm just going to start by running these through my clay roller so I can combine them, and then I'll show you how we're going to color these. All right, so I kind of got it like that. It doesn't need to be super conditioned at this point because it's about to go through many more times. Also, I forgot, so we do need a little bit of white Sculpey Premo clay as well. So I just grabbed a little bit of that. So we're going to use some of that just to dye this to get it an off-white color. So once you have a few pieces on there like that, I'm just going to run this through my clay roller until it's completely combined. So here it is mixed. So we're just kind of getting an off-white color here, but if you hold it up to a light, it's still very translucent. So now we're going to take some more pieces of white, and we're just going to add some dots like this to it. And now this time, we're only going to put it through the clay roller like 2 or 3 times. We don't want these whites to get fully combined. So I'll show you what that looks like, but basically we're trying to get some streaks in here. So I'm gonna fold this in half and then run it through 2 or 3 times. So we're going for this sort of look. So you see these sort of big white sections that are streaking through, but they're not fully combined. Then what we're gonna do with this is we're going to take it and you're gonna rip it up and fold it into little pieces like this. So it's definitely a bit time consuming, but don't worry, it's worth it. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that to this full piece, and then I'll come back to show you what we're doing next. Once you have them all into balls like this, different sizes is totally fine. Then we're going to go into this with our white alcohol ink and coat this as well. Get a nice coat on there, that, and then we will set that aside to dry. Now, for our last one, we're going to have two pieces and we're going to do two different shades of pink. So you can start by just having them together. We're going to make one really soft and then we'll make one slightly more pigmented. This is the only pink I have, so that's why I'm using hot pink. So I'm using only a tiny amount of this because I do not want it to be that pink. If you have a softer pink, you can definitely go for that. But I'm literally only going to do one drop, and I'm probably going to add a drop of white too, just to make sure it's nice and soft. So I'm going to mix both of these together first, just to get that lighter color, and then I will split it in half to make the one that's slightly more pigmented. So here it is after being mixed. So that's going to be my lighter color. So now I'm going to take this and divide it in two, just like that. And then for this one, I'm just going to add another tiny drop of this pink. Oh, that was too much. I was going to dab it up a little bit with a cloth. And I'm going to add a drop of white too, just to make sure it stays diluted but a bit more pigmented than this one. So I'm just going to go ahead and mix that one now. So there we go. So it's just slightly darker than that one. Now for these ones, I'm just going to fold them in half because they're pretty thin, and I'm going to chop them up. And then we're going to put them in one pile and coat them in white alcohol ink as well. Mix them all together. And there is a reason I'm keeping these colors separate for right now, because with the pink and the white, we're actually going to form some mini canes first with them before we combine them with the black. And then I'm going to mix this together. So the pieces all have a nice little coating on them. Put a little bit more. That's better. Okay. Now while that dries, this white should be dry by now. So we're going to take that and just form it into a cane. So just take it, squeeze it in your hands. We're just getting it nice and combined. Do it in my glove because I have big alcohol ink on my hands. I don't want to contaminate it. Once you have your little cane, and you just take your tissue plate and we're going to slice it and dice it. So it's going to look kind of like this, like swirly brie cheese. That's what it always reminds me of. And then this one should be dry enough now, and we're going to do the same thing by forming that into a little mini cane. And then we will slice this one and dice it too, just like we did to the white. Just like that. These canes do not need to be perfect. So we basically have just sort of like a stone effect already Okay, so now that we have everything primed and chopped up, we're ready to combine this into one pile. So we're just going to spread everything out as much as we can so that we can mix this into one big pile. Kind of like that. Everything's already coated in the white, but we are going to just add one more layer to it. And now we're going to let that dry for a minute before we add the gold, because we don't want to add the gold while that's still wet because it will dilute the gold accent. All right, so that's dry enough. So now we're going to go in with our gold, give it a good shake, just get all that sediment up, and then you're just going to generously add drops of this into this sort of flattened pile. It's flattened but loose. So we don't want anything tightly bunched together. You're just going to go in with your gold, and then we need to let this fully dry before we combine this into the final cane. So that could take a while just because we're doing drops. So I usually actually like to leave it for a couple hours just to make sure. Okay, so I got my gold drops. I'm going to let that dry, and then I'll come back and show you how I finish it up. Okay, so it should be nice and dry by now. So now what you're going to do is just take this and combine it into a cane. Don't worry if the gold is still like a little bit tacky. I find that metallics take a really long time to dry. We just don't want it to be sort of dripping. If it's a little bit sticky, that's okay. So here's the cane. So now I'm going to go in with my tissue blade and I'm just going to slice it up. So this is what it looks like. So see, because we made these into canes first, there's a lot of variation within those colors. That's why we did it that way instead of just putting them in. So if you don't let your alcohol ink fully dry, then when you cut into this, you're going to get that gold streaking up with every slice you make. So that's why we want to give it a chance to dry before we cut into it. Okay. Then we're just going to lay it out into our slab. And I'm going to go over it with my acrylic roller a few times just until it combines in the middle. And once everything is sticking together nicely, I'm going to go and put it through my clay roller. So I'm going to start at a 0 setting, and then I bump it up to 2 because that's my preferred thickness for cutting my shapes. So I'll go do that and I'll show you what that slab looks like. So here's that slab all rolled out. So you see all the gold accents in there from our drops that we did last, and a nice mix of colors going on as well. So I'm going to cut into this now, and then I will come back and show you what the final result of those pieces looks like. Here's a look at some of the final pieces. Just love how this stone turns out. The one on the left is like way bolder than I usually go, but they're kind of fun. So that's this week's tutorial. If you have any questions, just drop it in the comment below. We have one more tutorial left for 2024 that will be coming out next week, so stay tuned for that. Bye.